majestic and sacred, the mountains, rivers, and valleys of ancient India. A virtual field trip by Mr. Keelan. To travel to India, first we must go to the southern and central Asian continent, in a region known as the Indian subcontinent. It is known as a subcontinent because it is separated from the rest of Asia by mountains and seas. Today, this includes parts of modern-day India, Pakistan, and Bangladesh. India is bordered by the Arabian Sea to the west and the Bay of Bengal to the east, which are both parts of the Indian Ocean. Weather in India is very different than the rest of Asia. In fact, India experiences 6 seasons rather than 4. When winds blow in from the Himalayan mountains, it blocks the rain and keeps temperatures cooler. But when the winds shift and come from the Indian Ocean, this leads warm, wet air and frequent rainfall, known as the monsoon. 2 major river systems shaped life in ancient India. The Indus River flows in western Pakistan. The Ganges River flows through northern and central India. The Indus River finds its source in the natural springs and mountain snowmelt of the Himalayas in modern-day Tibet. It flows through modern-day Pakistan before emptying into the Arabian Sea. The Ganges also forms from glacier melt, then eventually forms into a broad alluvial plain with rich, fertile soil. Its rich minerals are carried from the mountains and eventually forms a delta with the Brahmaputra River in modern-day Bangladesh. Many major landforms make up the Indian subcontinent, including its northern boundary of the Himalaya and Hindu Kush mountain ranges. Himalaya means home of the snows. Some of the tallest peaks in the world are found here, including Mount Everest, the world's tallest peak. It is 29,029 feet above sea level. Other features include the Indus-Ganges Plain, which was formed by the fertile soil carried by the 2 rivers. This is the center of India's agriculture. In the south, we can find the Deccan Plateau, a highland area which forms steep hills known as the Western and Eastern Ghats. You can find some beautiful canyons here. The 2 rivers carried rich, fertile soil called silt and deposited throughout the Indus-Ganges Plain. These conditions proved to be ideal for agriculture and served to attract people to settle in the area. These early farmers were able to grow a wide range of crops, including wheat, barley, and lentils in the winter, as well as millet, rice, and sesame in the summer. These early farmers were able to domesticate many animals indigenous to the area, including the camel and the elephant. The environment of the Indus-Ganges River Valley had many features which attracted early settlers. However, the environment also presented many difficulties. Frequent flooding of both the rivers happened due to the prolonged monsoon season. This often destroyed crops and made it difficult to survive. The dry season in winter led to many devastating droughts or water shortages. Lastly, this area experiences frequent earthquakes because of the Indian subcontinental plate pushing underneath the Asian plate, forming the Himalayan mountains. There are many landmarks to be found in India, like the famed Taj Mahal seen here, or the Sikh Golden Temple. However, to find landmarks from the most ancient time periods, one has to travel to modern-day Pakistan. Here one can find the remains of ancient Harappa and Mohenjo-daro. These were some of the earliest cities built in the area. Each city built its own food supply that was enclosed in a large granary called a citadel. One example of how the environment affected technology is through the development of step-well irrigation. These, unlike other ancient civilizations, which used stone to build up toward the heavens, ancient Indians used the stone to forge deep passages to underground water resources. The walls were built close together to prevent evaporation and to keep the water cool. Underground water storage were used during the 9-month dry season. Step architecture water buildings were over 5 to 10 stories deep. The environment had many other significant cultural impacts as well. For example, religiously, the Ganges River is seen as sacred to those of the Hindu faith. Bathing in its waters is seen as an important ritual, and it is worshipped as a goddess, Ganga. The environment shaped ancient Indians' use of transportation as well. Indians became skilled navigators in both the river and seas with use of boats, especially the dhow boat seen here. Of course, they also domesticated animals that were indigenous to the area for transportation. Another way the culture was shaped by the environment was food. Indian cuisine today reflects many of the foods that were grown back then, including wheat, lentils, and rice. Hope you enjoyed your virtual field trip to ancient India. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.